First of all, I don't understand. I don't honestly understand why I've been the victim and been made the victim of so many untruths.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Lovecraft Country by The Verdict's In. I'm your host, Nicole.
I'm Gary.
And today we are talking about Lovecraft Country, Episode 6, entitled Meet Me in Daegu. Gary, what did you think of the episode?
I thought this was a damn good episode. I'm kind of disappointed in Tig, though. It doesn't matter. I don't care. People always blame things on situations like this place turned me into a monster. You have to already have that in you. Just so to walk out there and shoot somebody in the head like that.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I agree. Tig really, he disappointed me when he did that. I mean, he didn't even look like himself. He looked like he was in a trance, honestly.
Right.
Because he didn't even look at the person. He just went and did it without second thought. So.
And it's crazy, you know, when you have that power over somebody. Because he's from the United States, and you heard what him and his friend was saying. You know, they're not even equal at home.
Right. And here they are fighting someone's war when the person they're fighting for won't even treat them kind. They don't even have rights.
Right. But you gave him a uniform, give him a gun, and now he feels like he has that power over somebody else.
Right.
And that's what happens.
Yep. Yeah, I enjoyed the episode. Even when I was looking over stuff afterwards about it, just trying to get caught up on everything, someone pointed out how they didn't even talk in English for the first 27 minutes, I think it was, of the episode. And I said, I didn't even know it, because like that's how good it was. I didn't notice. You know, I'm like, I didn't even notice that. I mean, except for the few times that she probably said, Jaha said something in English, then that's the only time. But yeah, really, really much enjoyed it. I had a good time watching. So let's get into it. So we see Jai. I don't know how to pronounce her name really. Jai. And she's dreaming of singing in an empty movie theater. And she's a big fan of Judy Garland. And first you think she gets up and starts singing and dancing once the people leave the theater. And then you realize, no, she only imagined getting up and singing and dancing after the people left. So big movie buff here, clearly. And big Judy Garland fan, clearly. Now, honestly, the person that actually we just played at the beginning of this podcast, that was Judy Garland. Do you know a lot about that actress, or did you know anything a lot about her beforehand?
I don't.
Yeah, me either. Like, I know the name is famous, and when I started looking her up, I was like, oh, Wizard of Oz, duh. Like, you know, and then it also said that she was like in A Star Is Born, probably like the first one that was made, because there's been like several of them. And she died at early age. She died at 47. I didn't get to see what she died from, but just looking at finding the audio for what she said at the beginning of the show, it was like for an autobiography, and it sounds like she sort of had a troubled life, or trouble, living the life of being famous. And sounds like she was married quite a few times, maybe 4 or 5 times. And people writing about her. Yeah,
especially someone that famous.
Yeah. And especially if she was a child actress and stuff like that. I think she started off very young in the show business. And you see a lot of people. Some people take it very well. Like we just saw Zendaya just won, an Emmy. And she's a child actress that, it seems to be doing quite well. But then you have other people such as, not dissing them, but like a Lindsay Lohan who had so much promise. And, just sometimes people can't take the pressure. And,
I don't think it was pressure with Lindsay Lohan. I just think it was who she was. If you're a person that like to party, if someone gives you a lot of money, you're going to party.
You're going to party tenfold.
Everybody has different personalities.
Yeah.
I don't think she done anything wrong but be a kid.
Yeah.
Because we were doing the same thing.
Yep. Just partying privately.
Yeah.
Well, not privately.
Yeah,
no one's following us. So, yeah. All right, so it's 1949. They go through the seasons of what we see. It's each season. It's the fall, winter, and all that. And it's 1949. We see that she's in school. Jay's in school, and she's going to graduate soon. And her mom's talking, and whatever. First, I thought maybe it was a language barrier, because the mom was like, we won't get our honor back again until you bring some men home. And I'm like, does she mean men as in plural? She means a man. So I was like, it's probably just a language, you know, they use men instead of man. So I kind of just, you know, excused it. And then
I thought she was saying you need to go get a husband.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, get a husband, he can take care of us, da-da-da.
Settle down. Because she said something like, we haven't been invited somewhere.
We haven't been invited. Yeah, no, because they first were saying, like, we can help ask our neighbors for help. She's like, no one calls on us. Like, we haven't been invited. There's shame upon us.
Right. Ever since the father died.
Right. So then when we see her at school and the girls are gossiping, and that's when we meet Young Ja. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. The communist, the friend that she became friends with, the girl there.
Communist.
Well, that's what they called her. And she was like, you know, she has a lot of self-confidence, and she kind of does what she wants, and everyone's surrounding her like, how did you get a guy so quickly? I guess he took her to a special place, and she's like, how did you get that to work out? And you know, they're having a good time, and I thought that girl was going to end up being mean to her, like, since she was the popular one, but instead she actually like invites her out, like, come hang out with us, you know, you don't have to do what your parents want you to do, you don't have to do what your mom wants you to do, because Jai's like, well, my mom expects me to bring a man home tonight, and she's like, tonight? Like, damn, your mom expects you to bring home a man like that fast? And all I thought was, man, even when she brought the guy home, not trying to go too far, but like the first thing I thought was like, damn, maybe her mom wants her to get pregnant, so then she has to have the man, like, keep, you know, so she can keep the man. That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah, I thought it was like a culture thing.
Yeah. And she was able to finally scoop a man. Well, first you see her go on these these little speed dating.
Yeah, speed date.
And it was cringe. Like, no one was feeling her at all. And even then, when you finally think a guy was feeling her because they both like Judy Garland, he still was like, mm-mm. Like, that's not what he probably thought, yeah, you're cool, but that's not what I'm looking for in a wife or something.
Right. One of the men, I think it was like the first, maybe the second one, said, hey, you're supposed to be a good Korean woman, or this is a Korean culture. Yeah. We're not celebrating the white culture.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're not, don't be sitting here quoting Judy Garland and
right.
You know, yeah. Well, the guy she finally brings home, you guys may recognize him, because I had to stop it. I was like, hold up. This guy looks super familiar. And sure enough, I can't see where I put his notes. I think, here it is. I believe it's James Kyson, I believe. But he's from Heroes. He was Heroes. Yeah. He was Hero's best friend in the TV show Heroes, which was like my favorite show back in the day. So when they screw and have the time of their life,
screw
when they hook up and have the time of their life, and then like all those things start coming out of her and everything like that, and she sees like the flash of the future that could have been.
First of all, it was just so awkward because he was working, he was going to town.
Oh yeah, he was having a good time, and
she wasn't moaning, she wasn't nothing. She just stared at him,
but it was good.
I was like, don't do that man like that.
Right. Well, even before they hooked up, when she came and she only lit one candle and then all the candles lit, and like he didn't even say anything. Like, how the hell did that happen or anything? Like, he just wanted to pee, so
he didn't care.
Yeah,
right?
Ask no questions. But man, when she starts killing him and then could see his future, and it was kind of sad, like the future that he would have had, it would have been nice. Because it looks like he got married, he had a kid, he climbed a mountain. I mean, like, it looked like he was going to do some things in the future, you know?
I don't think she saw his future. I think that's his past.
No, because that's how when she was with Tick, she saw his future.
When she was with Tick, she said, this is the first time I've saw this. How did this happen? So I don't know whether she was talking about death or whether this is the first time she saw the future.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought it was the first time. Well, I didn't think anything. I guess I don't know. I don't remember that part. I thought maybe it was the first time that she stopped herself from actually killing a person once everything came out, once her tales came out or whatever. But that guy pretty much just blows up. He's gone. All they have to clean up of him is just his blood.
So she just giving sacrifices.
Yeah. Yep. At first I was like, oh shit, was that supposed to happen? And then when I was like, oh yeah, I guess it was. I was like, dang, she couldn't control herself? I was confused at first, but yeah.
Her mother said 10 more.
10 more. Yep. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, once again, she's at the movies, and next thing you know, they hear like it's like an earthquake happening, and we got America has invaded their country, and they're there to fight for their freedom. They say, "Hey, don't be scared. We're here for you.
We're here for you.
Your freedom."
While we litter all over your ground.
Right. That's all I was thinking. I'm like, what y'all put all this? Y'all littering all of your flyers, your propaganda. You're here trying to give them their freedom when people in America don't have their freedom. Okay. Sure, we believe you. That's why they were looking at him like, yeah, okay.
But you know what? I guess they felt comfortable throwing flyers because during this war, Korea did it. They threw flyers down. They threw flyers out of planes to black people.
Right.
Remember, there was like, black man is not your war. Mm-hmm. These people don't care about you at home. Just go home.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this. All kind of letters.
I thought that was in the Vietnam War. Who knows? I can't keep up with all the wars that America has been involved in.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. But, a war is a war. We didn't belong in any of them.
Right. So then we find out, like, right after that, like, I was sort of confused on, I don't know why I didn't think this girl was a monster still. I don't know what I thought, but
Hold up. After all of that.
I mean, I didn't know what she was. I didn't think.
Oh, hold on. You didn't know what she was, but you didn't think she was some type of monster.
No, I don't know what I thought. I thought like, oh no, she can't control herself. Like, I didn't know.
But what did you think that the tentacles were?
I don't know because this is the thing.
Well, you knew she wasn't a woman, right?
No, I did not get that. Honestly, I didn't know what was going on.
Women always defending women. That man deserved to die. I don't know what she.
Well, he clearly sounds like he did.
He had a whole family at home.
She said, she's like, I killed your husband. I was like, damn, she killed her husband. So I'm like, wait, so was that her stepdaddy then? And her mom's like, don't bring him up again. And you need to get 2 more souls. Or you need, get 2 more souls or get more souls. And she's like, get one of the American soldiers, because they rape their women. So they don't deserve, like, the mom was kind of justifying why they would be an okay victim to get next. She's like,
they're raping our women.
Yeah, well, she said they rape their own women, the women that they're supposed to protect at home. Like, so she's saying, don't, and yeah, of course they're raping their women too. But she was saying they're no good because they do this to their own people as well.
Also.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's when I was like, okay. I mean, I guess, I don't know what I thought. She seemed so nice, so I guess I didn't like look at her as monster like at the time. And that's when we see one of the communist guys get hung up by one of the soldiers, and that's when her friend was like, see, this shit makes me so mad, like, that we're all just human. Okay, and then I think that's when I was like, she ain't human. She's like, we're all just human, they need to stop doing this, it's okay to be different. And I really liked her giving this advice to Jai, because she kind of, even though she wasn't really talking about her, it still reflected on her. Like, don't do what your mom wants you to do what you want to do.
Right. And she don't know the deal her mother made with the devil. Right. Or a witch doctor, whatever she is.
But then that's when we find out later on, when she goes home, starts fussing with her mom, that her mom's like, my daughter's not even inside you. Or she tells the mom, your daughter's not even inside me anymore. And that's when we start learning a little bit more, like, okay, this is the body of her daughter, but it's not really her daughter. And that she's saying, your daughter's not even in me. Like, that girl's gone. I just have her body. But
so I wonder what happened. I wonder, did her daughter die? Did the father kill the daughter and she summoned the spirit or whatever what's the name of the monster?
The Kumuno, something like that.
So did she summon that and it just took the form of her daughter?
I believe so. And that's why she was saying this sacrifice was too big, because she knew when so I believe she found out the husband's raping the daughter. And right. She was going to get payback to the husband. But when she did, she knew she was going to have to give up something. You know how people say, oh, like, you made a deal with the devil, and people don't know what the deal is? Right. So she made a deal with this demon or whatever, and she didn't know what the deal was going to be, but the deal ended up being, I'm going to take the place of your daughter. And for whatever reason, either the demon told her, after 100 souls, you can have your daughter back, or if she just believes after 100 souls, she can have her daughter back. there was a little disconnect as far as how they came to that number.
I think it was told to her.
Okay.
Because when they went back towards the end of the show, to the lady, she said, "You're only on 99 souls."
Yeah. So then, there was told to her. Yeah.
I hear snatching souls.
Mm-hmm. Well, also the crazy thing when she was confronting her mom, or her, let's just say for her mom's sake, or for the story's sake, she was like, you allowed your husband to rape your daughter. Like,
right.
You knew what you were going to do. You were ashamed and you wanted a husband, and that's why he came, because he chose you. That's why he chose you, because he knew you were desperate. And it kind of made me sad hearing that, because you hear so many stories of like people who had a husband or boyfriend, and it turns out they were raping the children, or doing something, and it's always like, and you finds out the mom knew but just didn't say anything because she,
it's awful. So it's awful either way, but it's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting if you know your child is being raped. You're allowing your child to be raped. Mm-hmm. That's disgusting.
Or the parents who don't want to talk about it, where people bring it up. No, that's not true. Or you must have been dressing fast around him. Like, wait, I'm a child. It's sick when you hear those stories. So when Ja was saying it, or I'm just going to call her Ja still, when she was saying it, I was like, dang, that was sad. That was really sad. All right. So then next we get the nurses leaving work. And this is when the soldiers, when she kind of first gets introduced to Tick in some way, and the soldiers come, they stop the woman, they say, hey, there's a communist spy among you guys, and they immediately shoot one woman, and they start questioning, are you next? And they shoot another. Oh no, Tick shoots the second woman, right?
Right.
And then they were about to shoot Ja, which I was thinking, when she kept looking mad, I was like, oh shit, her tentacles or her tails are gonna come out. Like, did you think she was gonna
kill them all?
Did you think she was gonna do that? And do you think she has the power to do that, or only during sex?
I think she has the power. Okay. I mean, she's not human. Her mother says she's a monster, so I don't think she could die.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Like, oh shoot, when they kill her, when they shoot her, what's gonna happen? But we see young Ja, she puts herself in front of her and goes, no, I'm the spy, like, please stop. And they knock her out and then leave, and then take her away.
But you know the crazy part about them shooting the nurses? That who's gonna treat them? Right. The nurses were there to treat them, and they shot two of them. Mm-hmm.
Well, then a few months later, when Ja sees Tick in the hospital wounded, at first I thought maybe like a white soldier beat Tick up or something. And I was like, see, look at him. Now he's the victim. But it sounds like it was like a bomb or something went off and he got hurt. And, right. During the act of war.
Oh, so he's not the victim anymore.
No, I just thought, I didn't know what to think. But
he's not, though. Yeah. Now he's sitting there crying like a baby. Mm-hmm. Can't read his book.
Needing help from the very woman he just had on their knees a few months back.
Which is crazy. Because you did all that to them, and the moment you hurt, now you asking for sympathy.
Isn't that life?
That's life.
That's life. So he's trying to read the book, The Count of Monte Cristo, and he's having trouble because his glasses are broke. And Ja doesn't come over that night. She later comes over a few days later when she decides, I'm going to take his soul. Like, that's my next person.
But she was watching him close.
Yep, she was watching him close. She was pissed off.
Like, that night he's sitting there crying and stuff, in pain, and she just watched him. And it seems like she decided to take his soul like a little bit later. For the simple fact, when she finally started talking to him, he was healed. Well, not completely, but his face was looking better. Like, he was looking much better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's because she knew, how am I going to take his soul right now when he's this damaged in a hospital bed? So she had to actually wait him out until he actually was healed and be able to be released from the hospital bed before she can even take him. So when she finally goes and approaches him, and, I don't know, she wasn't going to take him then, but I think she was just trying to get close to make her move. And that's when she kind of spoils the book for him, thinking like, hey, this is what happens. And at first I thought Tick was going to be mad, and he was like, so you saw the movie, not the book. Right. Because the book is different. And then first, okay, so that's another thing. When she was watching the movies and singing the songs, I thought, because I had just watched this TV show called Way on Netflix, And there was an Asian person on there learning to speak English, and they said it's good. It helped them do karaoke. Like, that was their thing. So that's originally what I thought. I thought
or
she
doing
was,
karaoke helps them.
yeah,
learn
help
English.
them learn English. Yeah,
Right.
sorry. And that's what I originally thought she was doing. Like, she was trying to learn English or something, and she was using the movies as it. But then I realized maybe she was watching these movies to make her more human. You know, like how she kept using quotes from the movies that, like, when she was on those speed dates to get the guys.
Okay.
You know, like, remember she said something like, "Oh, your voice is so sexy, you're so funny, ha ha ha." It was like, wait, what?
No. Remember, she asked her girlfriend. She asked the girl, "What do you do to get
Oh,
the
what
men?"
do you get the guys? So that's why she said
What do you
that to
say?
him. Okay.
And then the next scene, they had her saying that.
Okay, got it. So what did you think about this meeting with her and Tick when they first meet?
Well, I'm glad they brought that up about the book. Mm-hmm. Because, as you know, I read the book, the Lovecraft book. Mm-hmm. And it's so much different from the show. You know, it's the same concept, but there's a lot of changes.
Yep.
A lot of people, that should have been boys, but they're girls, or should be, stuff like that. Or things that didn't happen or happened, but it wasn't the same person on the show that it happened with.
Right.
So I appreciate this scene. They let you know, like, hey, well, you watched the movie. This is the book. This is different.
Yeah. And then she sees him again, and this time he's with his friend, who I believe is supposed to be Korean as well. And, she goes away. If your guys' country doesn't like you guys, why are you even here fighting this war for them? And Tick was like, man, I'm not respected in my country. Like, this was the best I can get, or something around that. And then the friend said, well, I'm a foreigner in my country because of my race, but I'm also a foreigner here because people don't look at me as Asian because I'm American.
Right.
So he's like, I'm a foreigner everywhere. And they talk about that a lot in, like, different communities, different races that feel that way, and they kind of talked about that on Crazy Rich Asians, because they called it ABC, American Born Chinese. I know this is not Chinese, but they talked about, like, remember when I don't know if you remember on Crazy Rich Asians, she's like, they're not gonna like me because even though technically I'm Chinese, I'm American born Chinese. I don't know the same cultures, I don't know all the same rituals and everything like that.
I've never seen that.
You never seen Crazy Rich Asians? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh my gosh. How is that possible? I've watched it like so many times. That's crazy.
I know you watch it all the time.
I know. I love that movie.
That's the only time I get me time.
That was when you're like, oh, Crazy Rich Asians on. Let me go do my thing.
Let me turn to the video game.
Yeah, so I like them kind of talking about that. And, Tick says, I got away. I like how you use movies to get away. That's how I use books.
Right.
And I like that because I'm a big movie buff, and I've always been a movie buff. When they said that, I'm like, I think that's me. Like, I watch a lot of TV, and, like, if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, let me see something that's funny just to help, make the day better. And, so
yeah, I feel them because I'm a book buff.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tick has a surprise date. It was very sweet. Although to get her on the campus or whatever, on the docks, whatever it's called, the military base, yeah. His friend had to act like he was gonna sleep, like she was a working woman. He's like telling the other military people, like, oh, she'll be too done by the time I'm finished with her. Like, they couldn't even act like, hey, this is a respectful date, because they're not supposed to technically, like, it's okay to sleep with them, it's probably okay to rape them, but no, it's not okay to actually date them.
It's not okay to have them on the base because there was communists. Once that happened, and once they found out people were talking, they banned them from the base. Okay,
so even if, but yeah. they allowed her to be on the base because they thought she was working.
Only allow. He said you're only allowed on the base if you're a working girl. Well, he didn't say working girl, but it was implied.
Yeah,
it was implied. Yeah.
Well, Tick has a Judy Garland movie on, and it's a very sweet date. They kiss, and she takes him home, and I wasn't really concerned because I'm like, well, I know Tick survived this, so let's just see what happens. And
you know what? I was still curious about that part.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, hold up, because nothing is what it seems to be here.
Right. Right.
There's people changing the people.
Yeah.
There's potions, magic.
Right.
So I'm like, damn. That's not even a tick back there in the real world. We're back there in where they at? Chicago.
Yeah. Well, he tells her he's a virgin. I was like, oh my gosh. So technically him and Letty like almost were virgins together. But, you know, he
almost were virgins together.
You know, he doesn't have much more experience than she did.
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A 2 week jump on her.
But he says, I've done some horrible things and I'm trying to forget it. And you make me see the impossible. And with him saying all that, she's like, man, get the fuck out. Get out. I ain't doing this. Nope. So she started having second thoughts like, I can't do this. And he was like freaking out, like, why? Like, geez, what happened? Because, you know, she was pressuring him, like, come on. Like, when he's like, I'm afraid, she's like, okay, I can teach you, I can show you. But, so she started realizing she started having feelings for him.
Yeah.
And the next day, you could tell he's pissed off at her. But long story short, she tells him, like, hey, you killed my best friend. I was there that day. And he was like, well, why didn't you say anything? And that's when they kind of both admit.
I don't understand why he was that pissed off.
The next day, I was too. I'm like, okay, so
like, hey, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, you got to get out of here. I was like, damn, all that because she said no.
Because she wouldn't give you none?
But I think maybe it's the way she did it. It was not even like she was like, no, I'm not ready. Can we just stop? It was like, get the fuck out, you know? So I think that's why he was upset.
Nah.
You think he was upset, like, because
Tick ain't shit.
Tick ain't the good dude we thought he was.
Tick, he ain't get the pee, so she had to go.
Yeah.
We can't even kick it no more.
But long story short, she says, you know what? But she says, I was gonna kill you. She tells him, I was gonna kill you, but you saved me. And they can be the people that they see in each other. So like he sees a good person, she sees a good person. They can be that for each other. And they just have to choose it. And they hook up. And she's able to safely not do any harm to Tick. So I was like, whoa, she can control it. I mean, it looked like she really had to control herself, but she was able to control it.
Not really. I mean, she fought it hard.
Yeah.
Like she was swinging at it, pulling it. I mean, I think he would have been a goner if she would, probably if her mother wouldn't have came in. No, the mother didn't come in.
No, the mother came in right after because
yeah, she came in afterwards.
I think
after
she
drop kicked him.
Right. No, drop kicked him. No, the mother came in after they slept together. Because then the mother, after, and I don't think Tick was there anymore, but the mother knew they had slept together because she's like, dang, you're a monster and you're a whore. I'm like, you is talking so much shit for you to know that this is a monster. You're talking a lot of shit now.
She wasn't scared at all.
Yeah, I thought at one point she was going to kill her. I really did. I was so worried. I mean, not super
and she was probably
worried.
Talking all that shit because she probably feel like she don't have a reason to live right now.
Yeah, like, oh, well, she kills me.
Especially if she won't take the last soul.
Right. So we see them. They're loving each other. Time is moving on. It's been I think it's been a few months since they're dating. And Tick now says, hey, I've earned enough points to come home. And he asks her to go with him. And she says she can't. And this time they hook up, but her cords start connecting. And she sees, that's the thing. I wrote down that she sees his past and his future. And she tells him not to go or he will die, but he freaks off and runs away. So, in this scene here...
and you're right. I think she saw his past. When she saw his future.
Because she saw him getting beat by his dad.
Right. And when she saw the future, I think that's why she said that, I don't know what happened. This is the first time that's happened.
Okay.
And maybe it could have been that first time she was able to stop it, first time she couldn't control it.
Right.
Or the first time she saw into the future.
Now, the thing is, with seeing into his future and like it looked like he was hooked up to something and something was happening, to me, that just looked like what happened when he was in Arbram. Like when they were trying to, when his ancestors saved him at the lodge. That's what that scene looked like. So maybe she thought he was going to die. Because remember, even at the end, she asked the demon person or whatever, the witch lady, does he die? And she told her, don't worry about mortals. You're going to see a whole bunch of deaths. Like, this is nothing.
And that's crazy.
Right.
Because the first thing the witch said, I'm sorry, I'm talking about what the witch is crazy. Mm-hmm. The first thing she said is, oh, you have a question? You know this is going to cost you. You know the price. And then when they ask the question, she going to talk in riddles.
Right. I'm like, hold on. If I'm paying the price for this, who knows what the price she paid, then, hey, I better be able to get the answers.
Yeah, don't tell me don't worry about it or say Maybe not.
Right.
But maybe so. But you may see a lot of them.
You'll see a lot of deaths. Don't concern.
You may see a death. Like, hold up. No.
You may see a death, but it may not be the death you wish to see. Well, yeah, she told her, no, your mortal concerns are meaningless, and you haven't become one with the devil pretty much, and you'll see many deaths. So earlier in last week's episode, I believe, when Tick and Letty were kind of getting closer and they were talking about past relationships, and he brought her up and he said, it ended in a strange way. Yes, Tick. I mean, I don't know how you can just say it ended in a strange way. Like, come on.
Well, he was a virgin.
Yeah. But come on, he had to know. He knew what happened. Like, he had to know, like, shit got weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, damn, do all women do this?
Right. I never heard about this part. So, yeah, very, very interesting. I really enjoyed this episode. Can't wait to see where we go next. I don't know how many episodes are in this season. I'm guessing anywhere between 10 and 13. But, so we're over halfway there. And I'm excited to see how they're going to end the season. And, if they're going to do a second season. So. But I believe that is all we have. We will be back again next week. We would love to hear from you guys. Host at theverdictsin.com or on facebook.com/verdictsin or on Twitter at theverdictsin, and we will discuss your feedback on the podcast. Another announcement we have, is that The Walking Dead is returning pretty soon. The season finale is finally going to air. About 2 weeks from now, I think October 4th.
Last season finale.
Yeah, the last season, their season finale. And then but then technically 6 bonus episodes. So not really sure if that's going to come on immediately after.
Yeah, so it's probably not really the season finale.
Yeah. And then
it might be just a great opener.
Yeah. And then we'll see. I'm so tired of those is it the Whispers? Yeah, that's the villain right now. I'm like, I don't know what bullshit villain they have right now, but it's the Whispers. But I'm so tired of them, so hopefully that will end. And there's a new Walking Dead series, the one with the kids. I believe they're going to air that after, and I really want us to do that one, or at least check it out. Maybe do a quick little podcast on that.
Watching.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Well, if it's good, we'll do a podcast on it, or at least maybe the season premiere of that new one. So check us out there. We have Walking Dead, its own feed. So just type in The Verdicts and Walking Dead and you'll find us there, wherever you get your podcast. All right. Thank you so much. I'm Nicole.
I'm Gary.
Bye.